you look like you could use some clarity. I'm just kidding. I can't actually see you. It's just a camera. But if you click on this video, you probably could use a small dose of clarity. You see, all these productivity videos and this motivational content and hustle culture, it's kind of a scam. I know that sounds crazy, but let me prove it to you in like 10 seconds. If I was to write down every single little step, I'm talking the move of your arm, the click of the mouse, everything from where you are now to you making $1 million, do you think you could follow it? I'd say so. I'd say most people could just follow a step-by-step to-do list all the way to $1 million. It wouldn't be that hard. In fact, you're probably feeling a little energized just thinking about that. You're like, man, that sounds nice. I wish I had a list. I would start grinding it immediately. And so there is the issue. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more productivity videos. You need clarity. Clarity is what gives you that drive and motivation. The reason your brain doesn't want to do the hard stuff and do the work is because you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing. That's the path of entrepreneurship. You are forging your own lane. No one's handing you instructions. And that's why you don't want to do the work. That's why you're scrolling on YouTube watching a goofy video like this one, is because your brain is avoiding the unknown. It hates the unknown. And so the secret to getting yourself to do the things you're supposed to do is by having extreme clarity on what you're supposed to do. And so I would like to give you hopefully a huge dose of clarity with like 3 questions. The first question is, what is your functional role in the world? Small world leading all the way up to big world. What is your functional role? You see, in any ecosystem, the participants of the ecosystem must play a functional role. They must serve some sort of purpose in society or they get kicked out. There's no room for them. And that's exactly how you make money. I'm guessing if you're watching this, your goal is to make money. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to just get rich, do whatever. The funny part is you don't get rich by just wanting more money. If that was the case, everyone would be billionaires. No, you don't get rich by wanting money. You get rich by playing a functional role in the world. And the more functional role, the better you play it, the more money you make. And so the first question you have to ask yourself is, what is your functional role? So for example, my functional role in the big W world is to hopefully find and distill the core principles of successful business and teach them in their most applicable, simple, useful, effective form possible. So figure out how to make a ton of money and teach it to people extremely effectively. Yeah, for super cheap. That's my functional role. And I know if I do that role, if I actually live up to it, I'll make a ton of money. But yours could be anything. You could be the best soccer player. You could be a carpenter in your town. The funny part is the smaller the world is, the smaller the ecosystem, the easier it is to play a functional role. And so if there's like a neighborhood in your town which doesn't have a good landscaping person and you buy a lawnmower and you'll cut their grass for them for pretty cheap, you're going to make money because you're playing a functional role. And there's different ways to play functional roles. You can be the best person in this field, whether it be locally or worldwide. You can be the cheapest option. That plays a functional role as well for people who can't afford the best. There's a million ways to make $1 million. And the cool part about the internet is you really can make money doing almost anything, but you have to figure out what is your role. If you focus on fulfilling your role, the money will come. If you focus on the money, you're not going to get anywhere. So set a goal. I want to make 100K a month. I want to make 10K a month. But then figure out how. What role are you going to play? What pocket of value are you going to provide in the marketplace? And that won't happen automatically. It's going to take lots of time, iteration. I've gone through a million functional roles. And my first role was educating in the copywriting space. So it was a smaller world, smaller ecosystem. I wanted to figure out, how do I educate people to make money with copywriting? And then it grew and grew and grew. And now I'm trying to take on the biggest stage there is, the whole world. I want to bankrupt business college. Now, it might take me 50 years. I might not do it, but that's my functional role, and that's what I want to play. So that brings us to question number 2. What skills should you train daily to fulfill that role? And so for my example, I want to find the core principles of business and teach them to the world so that everyone can make successful businesses and make a lot of money. So what should I do every day if I want to do that? Well, it would be searching for business principles, meaning running a business and learning how to make money with a business, and then teaching that to people, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm literally a living example of number 2. That gives me so much clarity. And the simpler you can make your to-do list, the better. So I know every day when I wake up, I have to build my product, meaning like I have to teach people how to make money online. And then I have to make these videos, which is me learning how to teach and testing my ideas to see if they help you guys out to improve my product to make more money online. And so it's a feedback loop. But if yours is to become the best soccer player, break it down. What skills do you have to practice daily? Should you practice getting faster? Should you learn how to kick? Should you practice your kicking? Should you practice your cuts left and right? And the key is to find the things that truly make the difference and stop doing the rest. And so if you want to be a soccer player, you probably shouldn't practice juggling all day. That makes you maybe 5% better at soccer. When if you just got faster and learned how to keep the ball at your feet more, that would do wonders for you on the field as opposed to juggling or doing a rainbow. So forget about what people are telling you to do and just think, what is the most effective lever I can pull to get better at my functional role? That will gain your skills. That will help you to make money in whatever it is. Because what's funny is the average soccer player salary is $50K. I've said this before. But the number 1 soccer player makes $200 million a year. That's the difference between just being an okay role or playing in like the key best role you can play. And that takes us to number 3. General brain versus soldier brain. Like we talked about, it would be easy for you to follow a list, step 1 through 1,000 to make $1 million if you had that list. But that's the issue. No one can give you that list because you play your own special role in the ecosystem. So you have to be the general and the soldier. So at the start of your day, at the end of your week, whatever it is, you must find time to be the general, meaning you must put your brain in that state of thinking, what would I order myself to do this week? And then you make that to-do list. That to-do list to your $1 million, you make it for yourself. That way, when you go into soldier brain, you don't have to worry about what to do. You just worry about executing. Because the problem is if you're in the trenches, if you're the soldier, you can't see the battlefield. You can't see the right moves to make. But if you're only the general, you have no one to execute the orders. So you have to be both. That's the problem with creating the life that you want. Learn how to be a general. Tell yourself, make that to-do list for yourself, and then go execute it and keep these brains separate. Don't sit here on your computer with no to-do list thinking what to do, meanwhile scrolling through crap. Close your computer, write down what you need to do, and then come back, open it up, and do it. It's going to save you so much time, and you won't end up watching silly videos like these when you should be doing the work. So hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully it adds some value to you. If you want to learn more about like mindset, skills, getting clients, everything you need to make your first 1K, there's playlists on the screen probably right now. There's also playlists in the description and comments. So use that to go make some money, and hope this helps you guys. See you later.